and it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go. Here we go. I take the good with the bad. I swear there's no looking back. Just focus on where I'm at. They tried to count me out. Only God knows when I'm done. I'm shining just like the sun. Until then I'm having fun. You feel me? This one goes out to those feeling hopeless. It's a struggle, that's the reason why I wrote this. But take your iPhone out and note this. And type out, turn pain into focus. And keep it moving, stay focused on your routine. Your past failed, let's get you on the new things. That past stuff don't define you. I had to drop this track to remind you. Yo, I did my best after dealing with stress. Keep fighting under pressure, it's all a test. They thought that I was done, yeah, I hear they upset. Assumed that I was finished and they probably had bets. But I just kept on working on my bars, yo. I went from mixtape straight into song mode. Now my CD's got a barcode. All my tracks on iTunes you can download. But yo, this for y'all who persevered, who did it all alone with no person there. Don't even be mad, don't curse or swear, cause the good thing about it is you're prepared. I learned a lesson through the depression. I had to cross people out, yeah, I made corrections. Y'all could count me out, cause I count on me. I'm in a brand new place where I'm proud to be. Let's go. Here we go, I'm glad I'm doing it all. I'm glad I'm putting it down. I got this thing off the ground. It wasn't easy, yo, when they expect you to lose. And it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go. Here we go. I take the good with the bad. I swear there's no looking back. Just focus on where I'm at. They tried to count me out. Only God knows when I'm done. Yo. I'm shining just like the sun. Yo. Until then I'm having fun. You feel me? It's a real cold world that we living in. But stay strong, don't let them see you giving in. Cause people laugh at the hell that you living in. And make jokes when your options is limited. And be the ones telling you what's up. Only come around when they use you up. And that's the reason you ain't really got nothing. That's not your real friends and I'm not fronting. The difference between me and the competition. They rely on cruising. I'm self-sufficient. Yeah, I cut people off when I had suspicions. I just felt bad vibes in my intuitions. But I'm up. I don't care if you down. I swam through deep water when you prayed. I drowned. I took flights out of town. Never stayed around. And thank God when the plane lands safe on ground. But this for my people living with restrictions. Going hard trying to kick addictions. You could do it here. My conviction. This is true story. We don't deal with fiction. Let the track lift you up. Take this as a keepsake. You deserve it all. Don't deal with cheapskates. Laurent on the track, yo, it's more than just he say. My first week I needed like it's Jordan release date, and that's a fact. So listen, this is your boy Laurent, female rap elite. Listen, I'm really here for a quick video because I got some shit to do. I really like 15-20 minutes tops. So let me just get into this straight up. Shout out to everybody who's here. Let's see, what's up Niquan, what's up Nigel, Tamira. Second verse, thank you. You should have let it play. I ain't want to because I kind of want to like keep it moving. My collard greens is almost done, so I want to eat my dinner and I got some shit to do, so I got to keep it moving. So listen, I wanted to come and chit chat about Vivica Fox shouting out Nicki on Wendy Williams today. I thought that was crazy. And that also goes to show, you know, maybe she, you know, Vivica, she's older, so maybe she don't, you know, she don't pay attention to all of the beefs and things like that. You know, so I thought that was dope that she went up there and she shouted it out, even though Fat Joe was looking like he was looking down at his phone and shit. That was a little crazy. Let's see. The way all the barbs going hard streaming is exactly, we doing numbers, you know what I'm saying? There's so many haters, they mad, they trying to like support other people in spite of us. And that's how you know when you ill, like, you know what I'm saying? When the minions got to come out and do their little BS, you know what I'm saying? So just stay focused. I think, wait, is it, let me go to Twitter real quick because there's a website. Hold on a second. There's a website. No, I think it's on Nicki's Stream Team where they show you all the places where you could buy the stuff, maybe buy the songs. And I don't think everybody maybe knows about that. So let me just bring that up real quick. Let me bring that up. Let's see. Also, shout out to the people who sent me cash apps. Like, yo, let me tell you, I did not expect that shit. Last night, I got a $50 cash app from somebody. And I woke up this morning to a $100 cash app. I was like, yo, this is the best birthday gift ever. So let me throw that cash app on the bottom of the screen in case anybody feels generous. You know what I'm saying? So let me go to Twitter real quick and let me look up Nicki Minaj Stream Team. Let's see. Nicki Stream Team. Okay. Let's see. You ever get like an itch inside of your ear? You feel like you about to go crazy. Yo, I remember my mom used to work at my mom used to work at an emergency room, right? So in the 90s, I remember when she worked there. Hold
Hold on, shoot. Okay. So my mom used to work at the emergency room. She came home one day and she told us, she was like, "Yo, somebody was in the emergency room and a roach got in their air, and the lady was literally going crazy, like literally going crazy because a roach was just in the canal of her air, and that shit was just going bonkers." So listen, this is the tweet. So if you haven't purchased all of the versions of Do We Have a Problem on all 7 sites, then please comment below so they can help you. Each site, except for 7 Digital, has all 3 versions. That's 20 copies, approximately $30. Comment which platforms you still need to buy from and how many versions. So listen, hit up Nicki Stream Team if you need some money, if you want to buy some copies. Also, just in case maybe you don't want to go through them and you just need to know where you need to go, you can go to iTunes. You could go to Amazon. I didn't even do my Amazon purchase yet. I didn't do my title store purchase yet. You could do 7 Digital, Co Buzz, and Nikki's website. So that's all the places where you could go to buy it, and you see what they said, that's $30. So if you need help with it, just hit them up on Twitter, let them know you want to purchase. And I don't know what type of vetting process they go through to make sure that you're not trolling or just trying to get the money, but I think that they're there to help. So why not use a resource? Hold on, let me go to my iTunes, no, I mean my Spotify, because I'm on here chit chatting. Let me make sure I'm streaming in the background while I'm chatting. So yeah, go to Nicki Stream Team. Hold on. All right, let me put this down. Make sure you go to Nicki Stream Team on Twitter if you need help with making some purchases. And also, these are all of the sites: iTunes, Amazon's title store, 7 Digital, Kill Buzz, and artist website. So yes. All right. So first thing first, let's get into Wendy Williams. Like I felt like first and foremost, I felt bad about this whole thing. But then as I started to look at different articles, maybe there is some hope that she is going to come back next season. Let me just see. People Magazine had this, says exclusive. Wendy Williams won't be returning to her talk show for the rest of the season. All right. Whether Wendy can return in the fall will depend on how her healing goes over the summer. A source close to the situation tells People. So wow, so she's already going to be out for the summer. Hold on a second, I need this off the screen. Yo, I don't want to see that. A source close to People, close to the situation tells People. Wendy Williams' continued absence from the Wendy Williams Show will remain for the rest of season 13. A close source to the situation tells People. Wendy won't be returning to the show for the rest of this season. Her healing is going slower than everyone had hoped. She continues to deal with a number of medical issues, including Graves' disease, and she and her team are taking it one day at a time, the source says. But reports of a stroke, drugs or addiction issues or a dementia diagnosis are all false. Thank God. Because people were trying to put that on her. And like, for some reason, you got to be very careful with YouTube, because people will just like delight in negativity, and they would just be like, somebody's not coming back, or, just, I don't get the happiness with that shit. It really be weird to me. Like, again, just to stress, if Wendy Williams goes out, that doesn't mean another person gets pushed up. Even if Sherri Shepherd was to get in her spot, there's only one Wendy Williams. There's only one you. So even if it wasn't her, it wouldn't be you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people be so happy about shit when it comes to people's downfall or shit like that. Everybody has a job to do. To me personally, let me finish reading this article, then I'll say how I feel. Whether Wendy can return in the fall will depend on how her healing goes over the summer. Her health is the most important thing, the source adds. A rep for Wendy Williams' show did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. On Tuesday, TMZ reported that Sherri Shepherd will be named as the show's permanent guest host. When Shepherd, 54, first hosted in November 2021, the ratings soared through the highest it's been all season. The actress has guest hosted multiple times since. Sherri is thrilled to be invited back to the guest host of Wendy Williams show the week of February 21st. No comments on these rumors, a rep for Shepherd told People. Ahead of her Eponymous show's 13th season premiere, Williams' breakthrough COVID-19 case and her ongoing health issues tied to her Graves' disease delayed an initial return to October 4th. The premiere episode was delayed once more to October 18th, despite Williams, 57, having recovered from COVID-19. She still continued to face other health issues. However, Wendy continues to be under medical supervision and meets with her medical team on a daily basis. The show said in a statement at the time, she is making progress but is experiencing serious complications as a direct result of Graves' disease and her thyroid condition. The show statement concluded, it has been determined that more time is needed before she is able to return to her live hosting duties. In her absence, Leah Remini stepped in to guest host the show's premiere week. Other stars have continued to take over guest hosting duties on a rotating basis, including Sherri Shepherd, Michael Rappaport, Whitney Cummings, and Jerry Springer. Never miss a... no, I'm not reading that. Okay. There was another brief delay in early January amid rising COVID-19 cases, resulting in a post-holiday return, moving from January 3rd to January 10th, ahead of the February episodes. Shepherd, Rappaport, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, Bevy Smith, and Terrence J were tapped to guest hosts for the month. The Wendy Williams Show airs weekdays. You know what's so crazy? It would have been dope if we could have seen Nicki up there. You know what I'm saying? Nicki would have hosted the shit out of that show. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Sherri Shepherd. I mean, it's been noted that she's had the highest rating since, for the season. So it would make sense for them to bring her back. What I would say is this, right? That's why I think when it comes to love, this is just what I believe, right? I think that Wendy Williams, with this whole divorce situation, I think it took a lot out of her. Like, I think it took a lot out of her, like, just a lot of energy. Could you imagine, like, going through all of that with someone and then them getting someone pregnant and then you there looking crazy. Your son is ready. Your son is, out of the home. See, a lot of people, let me just tell you this, right? This is coming from somebody like my mom just retired a few years ago, but my mother told me like a few years ago, like I think after we turned 18, she made this statement where she was just like, your kids grow up, you take care of them and then all of a sudden they don't need you no more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's kind of hurtful. And that her son is probably able to get money and do different things from her and stuff like that. But not saying that it turns transactional, but I will say this, a lot of people don't have the same relationships with their parents and they won't understand. Like when I used to live in New York, like I would spend even when I didn't live with my mom, I would always go over on the weekends and like be over there and stuff like that and just be around her. But some people, they don't really communicate like with their parents like that after they get out of the house, and it turns into a transactional I see you when I see you type of thing, and they don't really realize that shit really hurts them. Of course, you're supposed to go out there and you're supposed to live your life and all that, but I think coupled with that divorce and seeing him walk away with another woman, that took a lot out of her. You got to understand, like, yo, I don't understand. I know a lot of you guys probably been in relationships when you broke up with people and that shit feel like a truck hit you. Like, I know what it feel like to be at work and you got to work and there's still real shit going on and it's business as usual. But listen, you be at work, like breaking down, crying and all of that shit. It'd be really real. So I could imagine like her being on that stage, on that show for, something that they built together. I believe this, right? Wendy Williams was a suburb chick and she had Kevin. Kevin was her muscle. He was her muscle. He was the one that was from Brownsville, Brooklyn. So, she talked a lot of shit and she was controversial. So it was just like when you got somebody like that on your team, you need that bulletproof love to have a nigga that just, okay, my greens are ready. You need somebody on your team that's just, you need someone on your team that's just going to be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, you need that type of person who's just going to be ready to go, like drama and all. And I believe that Kevin was that for her. So losing him and then, the divorce, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get a chunk of her money too. So it's just a lot going on with that situation. I still wish Wendy Williams the best. You know what I'm saying? Feeling of betrayal is devastating. Yo, I don't know why this is doing this, to be honest with you. Hold on. It won't show me all of the comments. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, the feeling of betrayal is devastating though. Real talk. Yeah, but I wish Wendy Williams the best. When I first started seeing all of the headlines and stuff like that, let me see what they talking about right here. Give me a second. When I first started seeing all of the headlines and stuff, it made me feel like, when people were saying Wendy Williams replaced, it made me feel like, okay, is she not coming back? Let's see. Is she not coming back? But I think it's a good chance that, so let's just, hope and pray that she does return in the fall, because that would be dope. Maybe she just really needs a break with everything going on. And you gotta think about this, yo. When you younger and you going through stuff, think about how you able to like manage it and go through it. But could you imagine the shock that it has on your body? Like, could you imagine the shock and the devastation and the embarrassment that you have on national TV, going through this divorce, going through everything? I think a lot of people think that you're strong. Like, listen, we are stronger in a lot of times than we think we are, but we are still human. Like, when you live your life in the public like that, doesn't matter if you're doing commentary, if you're doing a gossip column or whatever, you are still a human being. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Like, I believe that, especially with everything going on with Kevin, like, who knows what he was doing to Wendy behind the scenes. That could have attributed to a lot of her ways and shit like that. Not saying, like, you got to take you have your own will, but it's man, like, you don't know what it's like to be able to come and run on stage and do topics and do all of that, and deal with the pain. That's why I love Foxy Brown, because she's had this one line where it's just like, coping with the pain nearly drove me insane. And that shit is true. Like, you just got to learn how to fight through it. And I can imagine being at that age, and she's probably used to coping a certain type of way. See me, I've been through some shit, but like, yo, I'm used to pain, to be honest with you. I'm used to it. Like, mm-mm. One thing that I see the weaknesses in some people, right? I hope Wendy comes back in a good mindset, right? Um, let's see. One thing that I can see in people, and I can tell it, right? And it's probably because I've been through stuff. A lot of people are scared to feel their emotions. And I'll explain this to you, right? You're in a relationship where it's abusive, or that it's not working, but you're scared to break up because you don't want to feel that broken up feeling. Nope. I want to run to that shit. I want to get it over with. I want to feel. I want to be sad. I want to get through it, because that's what truly makes you better. You staying in a relationship with somebody to, if in lieu of your feelings, so that you don't feel down, or you don't feel like you're alone, and you still gonna feel alone when you with that person. So you might as well just cut the plug. Listen, nobody said that this shit was going to be easy in life. Nobody said that every day was going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be. It's not. Nobody said that shit is nobody. People, listen, everybody, especially humans born in the flesh, people are going to disappoint you all the time. I know all about it. I probably no, I probably disappointed some people before, but the point of the matter is that I'm not taking my life. I'm not going down no negative path where, doing no shit that's gonna harm myself. Well, I can think about that. I did go through, some shit, but you don't look at those things, but they are still self-abusive. Even if you're overeating, you're over drinking, you're doing anything, right? Like, I remember I never had no issues at all, no medical issues, right? And I remember I had broke up, I had got out of this relationship, and I was drinking wine every night. It was just my little fix. I would come home off of work, I would have my bottle of wine. I would stop sometime, go get me a bottle of wine. I would come home, smoke my blunts. I'll have 2 or 3 blunts, drink like a half a bottle of wine. Next day I'll finish it, go buy me another bottle. It was just like every day. Then one day I fucking got gout in my foot. And that came from drinking all of that wine and shit every day. So I backed off of that shit, because that was a coping. It was to help me cope. You know what I'm saying? So even though you might not look at it like it's crack or it's heroin or it's popping pills or something, it is still a coping mechanism. And it kind of, like, I wouldn't say it numbed the pain, but it just kind of got like, it made me realize with myself also, and maybe you'll realize this in yourself. This is why I don't do certain things, because I have an addictive personality. Like, I have addictive personality. Like, I don't know. I like what I like. And if I like it, then I want more of it. So, that prevents me from doing things that I know that's not good for me either. I don't know what it is. I've always been strong-minded, especially I guess since having brothers, but I have a strong mindset. I really never felt, and to be honest with you, I can't really say unless it was like going into the store and everybody was stealing in middle school. I've done stuff like that, but I've never really felt peer pressure because I got my own mind and I always knew better, to be honest with you. So let's see. Facing emotions is one thing. Some people don't want to live in the past emotion and not actively work to heal. Yep. But you got to go through that pain. You have to. You have to go through pain. And I think people, this is what's keeping you in that relationship today that you're scared to walk away from because you don't want to feel that emptiness. No, I want to feel the emptiness. I want to feel the separation. I want to feel what it's like to cry. I want to feel all of the emotions. And a lot of people are scared to feel that. So you stay and you hurt more. No. And listen, nowadays it's scary because listen, people try to take you out from leaving relationships. So if it's any ladies, I would advise you if you think that a situation is bad for you, don't even make no announcement that you leaving. You gotta literally just start planning shit, and then one day you just ain't gonna show up. But I'm telling you, if you don't come back and you know it's on some shit like that, you gotta make sure you made a big enough move to where they ain't gonna be able to get you no more. You know what I'm saying? Relationships is crazy, especially every time you turn around, you looking on the news. Like, who knows what Wendy Williams went through behind the scenes? You feel me? Who really knows? And if she was into some shit, her husband probably was into some shit too. Could you imagine looking like the fool on national TV? Come on. That shit is not easy. Nobody should be your everything. Man will fail you. Don't ignore the red flags. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. So when we say that, a lot of people be in relationships looking for people to save them from their lives that they hate. Why would you want that? Why? And you know what? You said a word because my friend said that. One of my friends who passed away, he said that a person should not be your everything. And that's so true. A lot of people, and this is why you don't understand, you be stressing out your mate, trying to make them your everything. No, have a life of yourself. Now, this is the thing. If you have a mate that don't want you to have a life on your own and don't want you to be out there doing your shit or whatever, then that's an issue. That's an issue. I can understand not trusting because a lot of people ain't shit behind the scenes, but a person shouldn't be your everything. Like they shouldn't be. Mm-mm. They shouldn't be. That shit is not even sexy. You should want somebody who's established, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you should want to be established. Not every day you running home to see what they doing or, you know what I'm saying? They supposed to be a part of your life, but you supposed to still have your own functioning life. Like, come on. Nah, I'm telling you, I seen so many women do that. I've been with friends with women for so long. I could tell when some shit is going on. Got to go through it to make peace with it. Right. Children shouldn't be your everything either. What you mean by that? Explain that. What you mean? Like you should still have some sort of life outside of that too? What's up, Latoul? I used to drink heavily, taking shots every day. Started with gin, then went to tequila. Fast forward 3 years later, I don't drink hardly. I don't drink hardly ever. Last time I drank was New Year's. Exactly. And you was probably just going through something then, you know? Coping with the pain nearly drove me insane. Like that shit is real. I know what it's like to be at work and your heart is just broke and you in front of all these people. And what you think I'm gonna do? I'm still gonna do what it do. Like I don't care if I'm on the phone crying or I gotta do some shit. I still gotta show up. I'm not calling in. I've never called in because I was going through some shit in a relationship. No, I'm gonna be right at work crying. You crazy as hell. I'm gonna be right at work crying. What? You think I'm gonna miss my money because of this? Nah, you got me. Nah, we ain't doing that. Yep, that's true. I was there in a toxic relationship for 5 years. That man was a devil. He did so much to me, and I finally just had enough and left and never went back. Exactly. You got to start arching out a plan. I don't care if you got to take out a payday loan. I don't care if you got to do some shit to relocate to another city, but you got to listen. But I've seen a lot of ladies do that. You relocate and then you end up letting them come right back. No, you got to be ready to make that move because listen, the way they taking them out nowadays, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Absolutely. I face and experience my emotions to get the better understanding of me and come to exactly. Yep. Whoever she's going through, I just wish she would be honest and tell us what's going on so that we can stop spinning narratives. Exactly, Drika. Some people love their misery. Right. I agree. I hope she can bounce back. She was with him for so long since the beginning of her career. She is lost. Yeah. And that's the scary part, Micheline. You know, that's the scary part. He was her muscle, hurting like hell and showing up like what exactly. So listen, let's move on. We offer that Wendy Williams shit. I hope that she comes back better than ever. You know, maybe she'll talk about it and do her legendary cry on stage. You know how Wendy Williams is legendary for crying. So let's see. Nicki Minaj and Lil Baby, Do We Have a Problem, has now sold over 100,000 units in the United States. Let's bring this up real quick. Nicki was excited about that. Yep, it sold over 100,000 already, and that's like counting streams and pure sales. So again, make sure that you buying that shit. Yeah. Make sure you buying it, supporting the record. And, you know, we trying to take that shit to number one. We got what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We still got 3 full days. We got Wednesday, we got Thursday, and we got Friday. So, you know, niggas is about to be on deck. You know, people will start getting paid. People gonna start spending more money. And then Friday, we getting bussing. So it's like, what's really fucking with that? Nothing.
Yeah.
That's the shot of sugar.
Look, I got you. Boom, boom, boom.
And can I also say this too? I don't know if y'all paid attention to it, but
Yeah.
like, yo, Nicki's
Look,
management.
I got you. Boom.
I don't know if y'all noticed this because, you know, I follow Nicki on every platform, but her management is really working the shit out of her social media. And I love that. I love that they working it. They working every single platform that she's on. They working it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that's dope because I felt like the last management, they wasn't on it like that. Dope. I don't know why I just did that because they're going to demonetize my video once that song is released. But yeah, I can't wait for Bussin'. I can't wait for it. Nicki new manager and it's it. Saweetie is foolish to drop on Friday the 11th. Like, don't. That's Thursday night when Do We Have a Problem ends at midnight. Bussin' comes out too. Yup. So you know. Let's see. Yep. So you know they're gonna have Give me a second. Then we're gonna have Too Strong to stream because shit. Do We Have a Problem is still holding on stable. Let's see. And let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, Do We Have a Problem is still holding on stable on iTunes. And Bussin' is coming Friday. So it's just like it's lit. It's lit, literally. Yep, stream both, all versions of it. Exactly. Saweetie setting herself up for 20K sales. Damn. Dude, she's smart to come out with 2 back-to-back like that. Bussin'. Yeah. Let's see. Shade Room had bad comments about Bussin'. Most of the people out here, they saying that they love it. You know how people be doing that. It's so many people who talking about. There's so many people talking about how they didn't like Do We Have a Problem, and now they saying they loved it. You know what I'm saying? So people are so fickle. Give me 1 second.
518 and Rap City, yo, it's your boy LaRon. Yo, these niggas already know, man. What the fuck they know? We on that 518 shit. What else, man? We on that live 18 shit, okay? And yeah, yo. Let's get into specifics, man. Let's go. Yo, challenges, yeah, I'm going through them challenges. I pay my bills, roll up the best and try balance it. Challenges, yeah, I'm going through them challenges. I seen hip-hop push a few artists that's not talented. Whole bunch of certifications for a pile of shit. And the ones that don't write they raps, they be vile as shit. They wrote the title too, so what are you entitled to? And we don't know if you wrote that. Quote that. Rapping all out of your chest, but you ain't know that. Ghost Rider carry the guns, you ain't tote that. Fuck around, I'm hitting the messenger with that toe tag. And you eighth copping niggas ain't fucking with that dope bag. Shit's about to get real, it's gonna be so sad. The ones that be faking streams hate to see it. I rap and rhyme my own shit, man, I hate to see it. It's like this clown shit going on, but they don't hate to be it. Yo, challenges, yeah, I'm going through them challenges. I pay my bills, roll up the best and try balance it. Challenges, yeah, I'm going through them challenges. My heart broke, it's hard to cope and try manage it.
My bad. Okay, so what is this? Hell is this on the screen? What the hell? Oh, okay. I was about to be like, what the hell is that? All right. I just needed to go turn off my collard greens because I'm about to bust them shits down. I made them with some hold on a second. I made them with some I put some like chicken broth in it. Better than bouillon chicken broth base. And I just like seasoned it. I did it like a vegetable style. I didn't want to put any meat in it. Yo, what kind of threw me for a loop is that Beyond Meat, that plant-based stuff. Like I bought some sausage from them, right? Those vegan sausage or whatever. My only question about that, and I won't be getting it like that, because then I heard that Better Than Beyond Meat products, I heard that they're highly processed, and I don't understand why vegetable plant-based hot link has 16 grams of fat in it. Like that shit just threw me for a loop. I'm like, nah, I would rather have a piece of chicken breast. I ain't about to be eating no fake meat. Like, no, it wasn't bad though, but I think I spent $7 on that. I'm not buying that again. If it done, I would. You know what? That might be good if you do like a No, if I made a spaghetti, I would want real sausage in it. Fuck all that fake shit. This orange is so good. All right, so where are we going now? Let me stop this. Let me bring up. Let's see. The Shade Room had it too, but Celebs Love Nicki had it. Let's see. Let me bring up the Shade Room real quick. All right, let's see.
Nicki Minaj, shout out to Nicki Minaj for saluting me in her latest video with, yeah.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Which, by the way, that Nicki Minaj, shout out to Nicki Minaj for saluting me in her latest video with, yeah.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You know, Remy tried to keep it professional. She did a little clap. You know what I'm saying? I'm confused what the hell Fat Joe was looking at.
Which, by the way, that Nicki Minaj, shout out to Nicki Minaj for saluting me in her latest video with, yeah.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Which, by the way, that Nicki Minaj, shout out to Nicki Minaj for saluting me in her latest video with, yeah.
What the hell is he looking at when there's somebody on stage? Oh, he's looking at the cards? I thought he was in his phone or something. Hold on. I'm almost done with this. Yo, the best thing that God could have done is make fruit. I could survive just off fruits, honestly. Yo, ain't nothing better than a cold orange. A sweet cold orange. And I got me some grapes today. Oh my God. I can't wait to eat some of them tomorrow. I just love fruit. Honestly. I do. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody. Oh, so Nicki said Vivica Set It Off Set It Off still in my top 5 faves. I was stony in my head and loved your portrayal of Frankie. That acting was flawless. That's dope. Let's see. Give me a second. Let's see. Oh, I had it right here. I don't know why I did that. Sometimes I don't like to keep my screen on, like, you know, I want to do everything. But let me bring up Pedro. I don't know. Is anybody else like, shout out to Celebs Love Nicki when he had Nicki on there, but I was so annoyed when he was playing that music and I went back and listened to it in the background. I was just like, why he got the music on? Hold on a second. Let's see. This might be.
Which, by the way, that Nicki Minaj, shout out to Nicki Minaj for saluting me in her latest video with, yeah.
But can't you just tell him Vivica's aura, right? She probably don't even remember. Oh, she commented on their shit too. Oh, that's what's up. Vivica Fox, Miss Fox.
Which, by the way, that Nicki Minaj, shout out to Nicki Minaj for saluting me in her latest video with, yeah.
You deserve it.
I'm fine. Everything went according.
Don't you fucking move.
Nicki, what the hell is going on here? Oh no, Nicki, everything the through.
Detective Flint, what's the fucking procedure when you have a fucking gun to your head?
I ain't trying to play all of that because you know they be ready to hit it. So shout out to Vivica Fox for shouting out Nicki in front of, you know, the people. Well, listen, I truly believe this. I don't think that Remy has any beef with Nicki anymore. I think that especially after having another child, and like, this is how I view it. See, and you only can understand it if you understand things. Like Remy Ma, like for her to, you know, she may not be successful mainstream, but you don't realize where she came from. And it's just like, she's blessed to even just be out here, just working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to be out here bubbling. Like, you know, if you do 8 years in prison and you come home, you know, in her own way, she's still lit. She's still, you know, living well. She still has access. So it's just like, you gotta, like, a lot of people, they think that everybody, well, I do think that when it comes to being a rapper, a lot of people do want the success of a Nicki Minaj, especially the, you know, the notoriety and the reach and everything like that. I think that may bother her. She says she's working on music, but I think she's still doing good. She's still bubbling. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to realize she came out back around the time when Kim and Foxy was out. Like, you know, we see little Kim here and there pop up and she do little events and shit, but Kim is not hosting the Wendy Williams show. You know what I'm saying? And I know Remy has an abiding loyalty to Fat Joe, but I would love to see her by herself. I just feel like he's everywhere with her and he kind of annoys me. Like, he really does. On some, like, the same shit as Azealia Banks was telling Nicki, like, get rid of Fat Joe. But you know what I'm saying? But I still think it's good that she's still bubbling. She's still doing her shit, you know? She probably was a little bit uncomfortable, but she didn't show it. I remember when they was having the bowling event, for Midnight Madness or something like that. They was playing Nicki Minaj music and Remy was there and she was just talking to somebody and, you know, she was just engaged in conversation, but it wasn't like, I just think it happened because even when Remy came out of prison, like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? I love Foxy Brown to death. But even when Remy came out of prison, she was waving the flag at Foxy. Like, you know, she wrote me when I was locked up. And, you know, I really appreciated that. So I just wanted to say thank you. Foxy came out of nowhere just busting her gun. Like, I love her to death, but sometimes she could be a little troublemaker. And it's just like, if somebody is coming out of prison after 8 years, they ain't see nothing. They ain't even seen you in 8 years or nothing. You might have had beef. You patched up the, you know, you might have had beef, but when she came out, she said, Foxy wrote me or she sent a letter to the pastor when I was there. And, you know, I never got to tell her thank you. And then the next thing you know, you coming at her. Foxy is unpredictable, and she is. And you have to be a fan of her for a minute to really understand that. And sometimes I feel like she just liked the mess. And that's just my own perspective. Like, you know, I feel like she does like the mess sometimes. Like, you see the shit that she posts in her story. She likes it. But I did feel like when Remy came out of prison, she did wave the flag at her to just be like, you know what? We ain't really cool like that. But you did something. You sent, you know, the pastor to pray over me once I got sentenced. And, you know, we wasn't cool. And I just really appreciate that. But then after that, Foxy was still dissing her. And that's what led me to believe, like, was there something? Because back before Remy and Papoose got together, I don't know if Foxy was messing with Papoose. They had this. Let me just bring this picture up. Let's see. I think they might have been. Let's see. Foxy Brown, Papoose. Yo, I did a typing test. Yo, I'm surprised. I haven't been working at like a full-time job in over 2 years, and I still was able to do 50 words per minute. Like, that shit is crazy. I don't know. Let me just tell you this, right? And this is just how I feel. There are certain rappers who I think they have a craving for these female rappers, right? And it's funny how Papoose, I don't know the history. And I just remember when Foxy had put some bars in her music towards Papoose. And like, it was all after, I don't know if it was him and Remy got together. Like, I really truthfully don't know. But they were close for a minute. Papoose got a thing for these female rappers. He know that they're getting it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much on that, but I do feel like maybe there was something there, because I don't understand why especially Foxy and Remy, why they not cool, because Foxy and Remy was cooler, than Kim. Like Remy didn't like Kim at all. So it was just a little weird to me that they hold on a second. It was just a little weird to me that they not cool. Let's see. How'd that look? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was back in the day, though. Yeah, back in the day. Right, because it doesn't make sense for her to hash her differences with Kim after they had true beef before she was locked up, but you can't squash with Foxy. No, Foxy didn't want to squash it with her, Q. I'm telling you, Foxy is unpredictable. She is very unpredictable. And I'm saying that because I'm not one of these fans who just be trying to get in people's inbox and trying to get favoritism. No, I've sent Foxy Brown a gift for her daughter before. Like, she will never forget me. I did that. But I mean, there's things that I just won't speak about, but I did have some things that I wasn't too happy about. And that's where I shift the difference. Like, if you ever don't notice me somewhere, it's just that I separate myself. And I didn't want to like mess up my fan experience. So I just separated myself. I do that. I'm telling you, I'm an Aquarius. I will ghost your ass in a minute. I will ghost you. Especially, like, you know what I do that for? If I don't respect you, I will curse your ass out. And we will get into it and go back and forth. But if I respect you, I'm going to back away, and I'm just not going to give you no light. And in that situation, I couldn't do it. I didn't want to ruin my fan experience. And, that's that. But I do want to say, when Remy first came out of prison, I'm sorry for the bag. When Remy first came out of prison, she did wave the flag. She did wave it. She waved the white flag at Foxy and was just like, thank you so much. And Foxy, I still love her too. Of course, Foxy is a Virgo. Foxy got a few screws loose. Ask the nail techs, right? Now hold your breath, because I'm the same motherfuckers taking you to death. Yeah, ever since I got my hair back, all I hear is Foxy this, Foxy. My sister only used to fly down to spend time with Pat. Damn, when was this? I love Foxy. I'm not a Remy fan, but her relationship with Papoose seems solid, long-lasting, right? Remy made a mistake going against Nicki and propping up Cardi B, who's a fraud. Exactly. Papoose scary to look at other females. Okay. I work at Petco and a veterinary assistant, and they was playing Foxy Brown loud as fuck today. Which one? Play ahead is every minute winning my dough, and every other minute when to rock my flow, and every third minute y'all want to swerve in it. Come quick like virgin in it. Ow. So far, I've been through this year with no shirt, shit shirt, nigga, not his head hurt, got him sprung, gotta know I'm like the icy. For the best effect, you got to lose your tongue. Find my G-spot, get me hot and ill. Foxy, chocolate baby, got milk. Shake that ass like you just don't care, cause y'all just rookies of the year. Well, work good like you one of them live niggas, hot, ready to handle the pot, nigga, chicken. Yep, that was my shit. On the cellular, getting them open like girl 6. So yeah, let me see. Foxy was sincere with the letter, but she came home, it's still beef. This costs a half a ticket plus tag, big old Draco for a mishap. It's that Barbie, yes, that wrist, that I ain't that set. She said, I wish a bitch would. I ain't giving my wish back. Yeah, I love that. I can't wait till that come out so I could get into that. Remy thought that she would get pushed to the top from doing that. This child, bye. I said the same thing. She asked, though, she can't make moves in the industry without Joe. Maybe she has social anxiety, hence why she's always looking away, talking. I actually believe with Remy, she said that jail situation changed her. She was just like, there's never really a situation where she's uncomfortable in. And I could believe that, especially being in prison and, all types, and being with, around all types of people. I can believe that. You know what I'm saying? I do think it took her a minute to get reacclimated back to, society. But I think that she's doing well. She's out at battle rap events. Like, let me just bring this up so you can see it. Then I'm going to get out of here. She be out at battle rap events and stuff like that. So Remy is good. Like, hold on a second. Let me bring this up. I can't wait for the 27th. I can't wait for that event because I know that shit is going to be lit. Remy Mom, Midnight Madness. Yeah, she's out by herself. Papoose wasn't at this event either. I think I watched that already, though. I don't want to bring something up that we watched already. Let's see. Yeah, she be out without Papoose. Give me a second. Let me stop sharing that. Yo, these collard greens are so good. Oh my God. These collard greens are so good. I had to go because I really should have been done eating by 10:30, but I'm gonna stretch it a little bit. It came out perfect. No meat. I used my chicken broth base. I put some water. Yo, it's so crazy. I don't ever use faucet water for anything. I use that bottled water when I needed to use water for my collard greens. It's just something about it. I don't trust it. I don't drink no bottled water. When I make rice, I use bottled water. I don't trust faucet water. Boiled or not, I just don't want it. Nope. And these collard greens are so good. I cooked them down nicely. But I did cheat. I didn't cut them up. I did get them from bagged from HEB. Yeah. So listen, we reached the end of the video. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let me know what your thoughts is about Wendy Williams. You know, hopefully she comes back. I know a lot of people don't think she's going to come back, but maybe she just needs some time to put some things into perspective, you know? So who knows? Let me just read a few more of these comments before I get out of here, and then I'm out. I've been up here 49 minutes. See, I use bottled water too when I cook. Exactly. I ain't using no damn tap water. Hell no. Nope. So good. Collard greens really cooked down to nothing though. I really should have cooked that whole damn pack. Anyway, I'm up out of here. You said don't leave. I gotta go. Thank you, Q. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna put that towards they donated, they gave me money through my Cash App, and all I did is I went and I bought some copies of the music, like just try to put it back out there into the atmosphere because it always comes back, you know. So I appreciate that. $19.99. All right, I gotta go, y'all. No tap water ever. Nope. Has there been any update for radio? Let's see. I also like Barbiana's song. 10K to sell for Nicki on #1, period. Right. All right, yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I really appreciate you again, Q, for that donation. And I'll be up here tomorrow, but I just got to go because I got some shit that I need to do, and it's already getting late. So I'm going to holler at y'all later.